A multi-channel network screwing over its YouTubers? Who would have thunk it? So in another delicious bit of news, there's some drama going on with what apparently is a multi-channel network, or MCN, if any of you are familiar with the old days of YouTube. Back in the old days, back in my day, when I was just a wee lad, and we would make YouTube videos, and we would want to do some gaming content. Well, it was a gray area. There wasn't a whole lot of, guarantees that you had permission to record these games and do Let's Plays or make machinima and whatnot. So it's you just kind of did it and hoped that there wasn't a problem with it. And then along came the multi-channel network, the MCN. One of the big ones that most people are aware of is machinima. They're the ones that sort of, I don't know if they pioneered it or whatever, but they were definitely one of the big ones back in the day. And then there's of course other ones that cropped up along the way. And the way YouTube was set up back then is you kind of felt like you had to be partnered with one in order to be more or less legally protected to make content from games and things like that. Like even people who didn't make game content would have them because, I don't know, it's just kind of like a legal backing, kind of something that legitimized what you were doing to a degree. I'm sure there were a number of reasons people would partner with one. Some of them had perks. It was all pretty basic, and then people started to find out that they were kind of a pain in the ass to deal with, because if you wanted to get out of your contract, yes, many of them had contracts, they didn't want to let you go, or they didn't want to revise their terms if they were taking too much of a percentage of your money and not really giving you much value in return. So a lot of people would just try to get away from them, and then they would just seize upon your content because you more or less signed it over to them. Now this story I'm going to talk about is about a company called Defy Media. I guess that's how you pronounce it, maybe Defy. I'm going to say Defy because it sounds cool, and that's probably what they were going for. I don't know if they're a multi-channel network or what exactly. I haven't read the article yet, but I just kind of felt like it's at least relevant to similar stories of companies that seek to work with the YouTubers or content creators in some way, and then they just all over them. And on that note, let's get into the story. So this article here is on The Verge. Top YouTube creators call out defunct Defy Media for shady practices. Who would have thunk it? Let's see what it's got to say. YouTube creators like Dawson, Ryland Adams, never heard of him, and Smosh co-founder Anthony, is his name Padilla or Padilla? Because it's not tortilla, it's tortilla. Have called out digital network Defy Media following its closure for a series of concerning business practices. Defy Media was the parent company of some of YouTube's most popular channels, including Smosh, Smosh Games, and Clever. I don't know if I've ever heard of Clever. The network announced last week that it was shutting down operations immediately, leaving teams at Smosh and Clever looking for a new parent company to back their talent team and production cost. Now, in wake of the news, several creators who worked with Defy Media and Defy Media's multi-channel network, MCN, are expressing their own grievances with Defy Media's predatory practices and lack of professionalism. So by now, most people know that this is just par for the course for most multi-channel networks. There's a couple of good ones, like I was actually with a couple of different ones, and they were okay. The last one was Cursed Network, and they were pretty good. They had to do like a 10, 90, and 10 split, so you get 90% of the revenue, they get 10%. So it's not too egregious. They ended up letting one of my channels go, and then I just took my other channel off of their network because like not getting enough benefit from them. So you're basically just sharing money with people and for no reason. But generally speaking, multi-channel networks have just a horrible reputation, and especially nowadays with the average YouTuber, you don't need them. You're better off just on your own, because unless you have a huge channel, typically you're probably not even going to get the benefit of like having someone specific to talk to if you have any issues or any help with issues, things like that. You're basically just sharing your ad revenue with someone just so you can have a undeserved sense of security. And I say undeserved on their part, not your part. Adams, a successful YouTuber and Dawson's partner, used to work with Clever News. Adams tweeted out his testimony about alleged mistreatment that he experienced at Defy Media, noting that he never spoke about it at the time of his departure because he was being threatened by Defy's lawyers on a daily basis. Sounds like a good business model to me. Instead of taking them to court and being stuck in limbo for what could have been years, I accepted to join their MCN, which is why they were in a position to get a percent. He tweeted, I was forced to become a part of Defy Media's MCN, meaning the YouTube money I work hard for filters through them. As I said, after they take a percent of my ads, I then get paid my money. This month, I was never paid. A bank took Defy's money, which so happens to be mine that I may never see again. Oof. That sucks. Padilla, damn it, I don't remember. I used to watch Smosh, okay? Like, they had their, like, second channel or something, and they had this series on there called Lunchtime with Smosh, and it was like eating videos, but they did all kind of, like, sort of gags in it or whatever, and it was awesome. I wasn't really that into their main channel, but I enjoyed that series. Padilla, one of the most I'm gonna say Padilla, one of the most prominent YouTube creators who worked under Defy Media, shared his own experiences. He spoke about Defy executives attempting to keep him out of meetings set up to greenlight new shows, forcing the team to launch a $250,000 Indiegogo campaign for a poorly conceived mobile game, and trying to take control of his personal Twitter account once he left the company. Yikes. Defy's announcement of its immediate closure, which will affect hundreds of employees, didn't surprise Padilla, but he suggested the way the company handled it was telling of its morals. Yeah, that's par for the course. This is, this seems like a different relationship than just like an MCN. They obviously had like a multi-channel network branch of this company, but a lot of these companies that cropped up around YouTube and like monetizing channels and stuff was just like bad reputation for years. Like most people within the last 5 years plus, maybe, yeah, probably, at least 5 or 6, 7 years or so, know that these companies, oftentimes the MCNs, are no good. And to top it all off, today they announced their closing without giving any kinds of heads up to anyone, he said in his video, and putting so many people's livelihoods on the line. Padilla's video resonated with other prominent members in the YouTube community, including Hank Green, who tweeted out his support of independent creators after testimony started coming to light. The more I learn about the business of early online video, how things actually went down, the more I see that the Wild West wasn't about how free we were to create, it was about how free assholes were to suck value out of innovative young creators. And that is the lifeblood of multi-channel networks. They just suck you dry, they use you for content, and that's it. Is that a lawnmower? Damn it. I gotta kind of get on with it because my battery's dying, but imagine being a YouTube network that steals all their creators' hard-earned money and then files for bankruptcy and uses the creators' money to pay their debt. Can't relate. Now numerous creators within the MCN are in the state of limbo, trying to figure out how to receive their AdSense payments, a procedure once completed through Defy Media. According to TwoFilter, YouTube is trying to work with creators to ensure that their AdSense payments wind up in their personal wallets, enrolling individual creators into YouTube's partner program and unlinking them from Defy Media. Well, at least YouTube is in on this and trying to get something done about it, but geez, dude, this is ridiculous. Like, can you imagine how upsetting that would be to work hard and earn money, have this company taking a percentage of it, and then just like collapsing under it? Oh, anyway, the best thing about this story, if we go over to Dumpster Fire again, their Twitter got hacked, and hackers have been tweeting out nonsense on their account. And they kind of did this one sincere one. For those of you who didn't get it, from the bottom of my heart, I stand with you and understand you. Those who were stuck in Defy's contracts, unfortunately not much I could do about that. I wish you well. But he's been tweeting. So do we turn this into a meme page or what? Sub to PewDiePie. 1.7 million, holy smokes, we eating good tonight. He's like making fun of the company, tweeting as the company. Did you get the joke? Do I have to explain this to you? Does anyone have a rough estimate on how much they ran off with? Check our bio. Taking donations. All these like gifs of just like them shoveling money into a fire. Oh, it's the greatest thing ever. And to top it all off, like they said, read their bio. Hello, Defy Media here. Due to issues with our CEO's electric wheelchair, we were forced to run off with some YouTube money. Lots of love. This is just like the greatest thing. I don't know. It tickles my fancy. Anyway, that was a fun story. Unfortunately, I gotta cut this short because my battery is blinking and I have to go. The video could cut off at any time. But this was just like such a great story, and like I hate MCNs and what they do to people and what they've done over the years. And this whole fiasco, I feel bad for the people that are getting screwed over by it, but seeing a company just get dragged through the mud like this is just amazing. And I want to see more of it from these companies that screwed people over like this. Anyway, that's it for me. I gotta get out of here because my camera is not happy. So, if you like this video, feel free to hit the like button, comment, let me know what you think, subscribe if you want to see more. And that's it. I need a better sign off.